Welcome to Grapple FK, everyone. We are covering Bobby Green v. Rafael Fiziev, which is on the prelims of the card on Saturday. What's the main fight on this again?
It's Dyson.
So there's an error on the page. Rafael Fiziev is from Kyrgyzstan, and Andrew just said, "How are you?" in Kyrgyz, which is Kandaisin.
Kandaisin.
Yeah, and hello is just salam. Salam Kandaisin.
Salam Kandaisin.
Yeah, so Andrew's been doing his research for our Kyrgyz followers. Not sure why it says Kazakhstan. Maybe he's got dual nationality.
I would imagine that the marketing person at the UFC doesn't know the difference between Kazakhstan and
I mean, they get heights and reaches wrong. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but he might... The one thing I do know about him was he was a Kazakh Muay Thai champion and a Kyrgyz Muay Thai champion. So he actually might have dual nationality.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. But, yeah, let's get into this. So this is... So, I mean, Bobby Green's relatively bigger. Bobby Green's mainly a boxer that keeps his hands down. Sometimes he clinches. What do you think of his wrestling, Andrew?
He's actually got really good wrestling.
Yeah.
He doesn't use it a whole lot. I'm trying to remember the fight where he looked really good using the wrestling. Alan Patrick, that fight. It looks super slick. And it just looked really, really good. But yeah, he doesn't really use it that much. But when he does, he tends to get the takedown, heavy top control, suffocating top pressure, nice transitions. It looks really slick.
Yeah, and his boxing's decent, but the one qualm I have about him is that he keeps his hands really like way down for some reason. He kind of does the Prince Nassim thing at times.
Yeah, I think that's kind of his style, though. I think he's going for the evasive, the head movement, get out of the way,
Could be disastrous against someone like Fiziev.
Yes, it could. Yeah. Well, let's talk about Bobby Green's striking style.
Yeah.
As I said, he prefers to, it's the head movement thing, evasive.
Yeah.
He likes you to sort of kind of come forward a little bit, or at least strike first, and then evade and then counter with the right. That looks really good, but there's a couple of problems with that. All the evasion and countering is great, but you need to throw more than one counter shot.
Yeah,
combos. If you go to any boxing class, they tell you punches and bunches, right? Single shots don't get the job done. You need to boom, boom, boom. And it's a missed opportunity there. To me, that's a fairly big hole in his striking, and it's a missed opportunity. I think he kind of relies on the evasiveness a bit too much, and it's kind of, as impressive as it is, it's hurting him rather than helping him, I think. The second issue I see with Bobby Green's striking is that he doesn't go forward enough. Some of his best striking is when he goes first, because he's pretty quick, and when he throws, he tends to land. He's precise.
Yeah.
You just need to see more of it, and I think he kind of loses decisions by letting people come forward or waiting for them.
Yeah.
And there's a golden rule in striking. If it's going to be a counter striker, you need to make them pay for it every single time.
Yeah.
Either with combinations or a massive power shot. He just doesn't have the power to be a really great counter striker, in my opinion.
Yeah, he lands a lot per minute, but I mean, if you actually look at his record against the really high level strikers, he's lost. He kind of beats the mid tier kind of strikers.
Yeah, I mean,
fighters, I should say.
Yeah, he's got some okay wins. Lando Venata's okay win. Clay Guida was pretty old.
Clay Guida's old. Yeah, but I mean, he beat them. He beat him quite decisively.
He did. One thing with Bobby Green, the evasive thing, he managed to do that when fighters are kind of standing still. With more aggressive fighters like Dustin Poirier and Drakkar Klose, who really just push forward and get him on the back foot. Yeah, he just he crumbles. He goes from looking really slick and calm and cool to just being flustered and overwhelmed.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point, and what you described is what Fiziev is incredibly aggressive.
Exactly.
Incredibly like Borat squared aggressive.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so I initially, when I started watching the the footage for this, I thought, okay, well, Fiziev, he's going to come forward aggressive, just explode into range. And I thought, oh well, Bobby Green could maybe evade and counter him and land something as Fiziev's coming forward.
Yeah.
But when you watch the fights against Close, Poirier, etc., the more I think it's probably not going to happen. To be honest.
And Fiziev is fucking quick, dude. He's so quick with his combinations, particularly his kicks as well. He's so quick.
Yeah,
his
those kicks are
disgusting.
Insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no.
They sound like bullet shot. They sound like gunshots.
Yeah, his kicks are probably his best weapon, I would say.
Yeah. And on top of that, he's got very good takedown defense as well. Doesn't get taken down.
Well, that's a big question. His takedown defense is 100%. I think nearly all of those came from that fight with Alex White.
Yeah, he hasn't been taken down. I tried to find some footage of his previous fights in, obviously in lesser known organizations, but he doesn't get taken down. Obviously never seen him on his back. Don't really know what he does in terms of BJJ, but he has been training at Sanford MMA since the beginning of the year. And obviously Sanford MMA is quite wrestling heavy as well.
Who trains there?
Loads of people have trained there, like Usman. It's Henry Hooft and stuff that are the main trainers.
Yeah.
But loads of people have been through that particular gym. So he trains in America now. Yeah, I mean the guy is, in terms of his background, we know what his background is. He's had 49 kickboxing fights, won 40, I think. Sorry, he had 47 kickboxing fights, 139, and he had 34 Muay Thai fights and 129. So he's had over 80 fights before coming into the UFC, before coming into MMA. So he's had about 90 fights professional.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So he's very, very experienced. And you can tell from his stand-up, it's just all very clean. The jab, the 1-2s, the hooks, everything's clean. How evasive he is.
Yeah, I mean, when I look at Fiziev's striking, it's very Muay Thai style.
It's very Muay Thai, yeah.
He goes backwards and forwards in a straight line. He relies on explosivity. Explodes into range and lands combinations. Then moves backwards. He doesn't really set up a whole lot. You don't see many feints. He does counter at times. At other times, he kind of struggles with the countering. He's more just like a straightforward.
He's quite defensive, though. Did you see that thing he did against? I forgot who it was, but it was basically he just leant back to avoid a kick. He literally just went like this. Yeah. He's very I don't know what's the word. He's very I don't know. He's very athletic, very explosive. Yeah.
And
he's a handful. He's a handful. This guy.
Yes,
yeah.
I think in most of his fights at lightweight, he's typically the shorter guy, but he has no problem.
5'8's pretty short.
Yeah, but he doesn't have any problem with the range, I don't think.
No.
I mean, he battered Renato Moicano, who was
significantly taller. That was brutal. Yeah,
and significantly longer. The thing is, in that fight, and I think maybe he does this a few times, I can't quite figure out why, he gets people on the cage, and he just kind of lets them off. Like he doesn't go in for the kill. Like he may maybe get a couple of shots in and then he steps back. I don't know whether that's because he doesn't want to gas himself out, or I don't know. It just seemed a little bit odd to me.
Yeah, I mean it can be quite dangerous lunging in as well. You could get hit back or something big, but
if you're a professional kickboxer and you've got a non-kickboxer against the fence, surely you just go in for the kill and
maybe it's just some kind of instinct from his kickboxing Muay Thai days, because if you do that in kickboxing and Muay Thai you could get punished, right?
Really, if you got someone in the corner, that's exactly where you want them. That's when you start teeing off on them.
Yeah, but then what if they give you like a counter hook or something?
Well, they can do that in any part of the ring, can't they? It's harder to do when you're on the back foot, against the cage.
I mean, his so he's on a 3-fight. His first fight, he was very unlucky. He fought some Dagestani bloke, and the guy knocked him out with a spinning kick.
That was a bit odd.
Yeah, it was an odd kick. It was an odd kick, and then
Because he got dropped with the same kick and then knocked out with that kick.
yeah, it was a bit weird. In the next 3 fights, he just battered the guys, and then obviously culminating in the Moicano KO.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
he is impressive. Obviously, we haven't seen him on the ground, and as you said, he doesn't really set things up, and he's very Muay Thai-ish. But I am quite impressed by this guy.
Yeah, no, he's good. Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
both like his striking.
Yeah.
It's really good overall. It just tends to rely on the explosivity and aggressiveness rather than super slick technique. He's not an Israel Adesanya kind of kickboxer, for example.
No.
But it's not necessarily a problem.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's at 17 at the moment, I think. So he's just outside of top 15.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
For
me.
Sorry, carry on.
I was going to say, for me, a lot of this comes down to Fiziev's takedown defense. Because you said, he's training at the wrestling heavy gym in Sanford, MMA. But in terms of actual fights, yes, he stuffed all of Alex White's takedowns. Other than that, we haven't really seen him take anybody down. We haven't seen him on the ground. All of his fights
go for takedowns.
Yeah, all of his MMA fights so far in the UFC have been kickboxing matches.
Yeah.
So his takedown defense may be sick. It may be okay. We don't really know. So
apparently he took down. Sorry to interrupt, but he took down Diakiese and he took down Alex White. But I can't remember. I can remember the White one. I can't remember that he took Mark down.
Yeah, I haven't seen that fight recently. I saw it when it happened, but yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah,
but Diakiese's British, right? He's not a wrestler.
Yeah, he won't know. He won't know wrestling. And then his takedown defense is 100%. But as you said, all his fights have been kickboxing fights. And Bobby Green has got a takedown accuracy of 41%, takedown average of 1.56. He takes a lot of people down. Took Patrick down 4 times. Took Moises down twice. Took Fanata down 3 times. Took Guida down twice. But then he does also get taken down himself.
So yeah, I mean, Bobby Green's definitely got the takedowns in him.
Yeah. He's almost certainly the better wrestler. I haven't seen Fiziev wrestle at all.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
But the thing with Bobby Green is he's got really good wrestling. It's not amazing, but it's very good. He's got the makings of excellent striking. But he just doesn't quite seem to implement the tools that he's got properly, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I think he could get more takedowns. I think he could be more aggressive in the striking and have more success with the striking.
Yeah.
But his chosen style just doesn't quite work.
Yeah, he's quite old now as well. I don't think he can really change his style at this age.
No, he's not. No.
34, 35.
Yeah, it's just a classic example of not quite playing to your strengths.
Yeah, I agree with that. So how do you think this will match up? Do you think this will be predominantly a kickboxing fight? I mean, obviously Fiziev wants that. He wants to keep it a kickboxing fight because he'll probably win.
Yeah, I think both will probably elect to keep this standing. Obviously, if you're Fiziev,
Bobby Green will elect to keep it standing as well.
I think he probably will for most of the fights, which is to his discredit.
Yeah, I think he should really go for the whole MMA mixed martial arts approach thing.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're Bobby Green, you want to get this to the ground. No, just mix it up. Mix it up. I mean, if I'm Bobby Green, I want to get Fiziev on the back foot. I want to crowd him. I want to go first. I don't want to just let him come forward and counter strike. Otherwise, I'll get battered, like Poirier battered him.
Yeah.
Drago close, overwhelmed him.
Yeah.
Get him on the back foot, crowd him, mix it up with the takedowns. And if he does that, I think he could probably win. But he's not going to do that. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's one thing making a game plan, but is he going to follow it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and given that, we should probably get on to predictions. What are you thinking?
It's got to be Fiziev, and I'm going to say decision. Probably a pretty dominant decision.
Fiziev decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Bobby doesn't really get finished. I think only Dustin Poirier's KO'd him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I'm inclined to agree with you. I think it'll be Fiziev. I think Fiziev's record's wrong there as well. I think he's 9-1. I think Fiziev unanimous decision. And I'm 70-30 on that.
Yeah, same.
Maybe
Same.
yeah, 70-30.
Yeah, same as. So who do you think the favourite is?
Must be Fiziev.
What odds would you give for Fiziev?
Minus 250.
Minus 300.
Whoa, minus 300. Okay, fair enough.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah, to an extent, yeah.
No, I would put him in the probably safe come.
Yeah, I think safe too.
It's not impossible that Green can win. It's just difficult to imagine how.
It is. Yeah.
And it's easy.
He really has to have the fight of his life to win this, I think.
Yes, yeah. And it's easy to imagine how Fiziev wins. Just comes forward and batters him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Fiziev doesn't really get KO'd even in his Muay Thai and kickboxing fights. Okay, he got KO'd by that Dagestani. That was a freak spinning kick. But he has got a chin on him. He can take a shot. Bobby Green hasn't got one shot KO power, so
no, he doesn't.
And as you said, he doesn't really let off combinations. So I don't see him knocking Fiziev out.
Nah.
Yeah. So yeah, Fiziev. I've got Fiziev. Unanimous decision. Safe come.
Yep.
Done.
Sick. Easy peasy, piece of piss.
Yeah, if this doesn't work out, we know nothing about him, mate.
Yeah, we'll just have to quit the podcast.
Quit the podcast. And just I don't know. Just be like Brendan Schwab, basically. Get everything wrong. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone.
Well, sorry to interrupt. Do you want to have a quick overview of the other fights quickly?
Oh, yeah, good point. I haven't really looked into.
Me neither. I know Gan versus Lewis is the main event.
Sorry?
Gan versus Lewis is the main event.
Okay.
I think.
Sorry, I'm having some trouble. Yeah, Gan Lewis. What do you think about that? I think if Gan can keep away from the power shot, he should win that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He's the more dynamic striker, the more sophisticated striker. Yeah. He's got the karate kind of stance going on, so just dart in and out of range. Probably be too quick for Lewis. But then
very agile for his size. Very agile.
Very, yeah. But of course, if he stays a fraction of a second too long in the pocket, Lewis will catch.
Could get KO'd.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing with Lewis is obviously he's got that one shot KO power that he needs to be careful of that, but he can get dominated on the ground. And we saw Ilir Latifi, who's a light heavyweight, normally just take him down and just keep him there. Didn't really do much, but
Lewis.
Yeah. Lewis actually lost that fight. If you watch that fight, Lewis lost that fight.
Yeah, I think I bet on Latifi winning that.
Yeah. Chiesa Luque, that's interesting.
That's a really good one.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Luque's a beast striker, and Chiesa is an amazing grappler.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and also huge. The guy's fucking massive.
Yeah, he is. What is that, 6'2"?
Yeah, he's huge. Like I remember when he squared up to Kamzat in Abu Dhabi as a joke. He looked bigger than Kamzat.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Um.
Yeah, Chiesa, that could go either way. If Chiesa can get the takedowns, yeah, he probably wins.
Yeah. If Chiesa can get the takedowns, yeah, I agree with that. Aldo v Munoz. Christ, Aldo's still fighting. He's the favorite. What do you think about this?
I kind of sounds really bad, but I keep forgetting who Munoz is. He's the short, dark-haired one, right?
Munoz is the guy that I believe he KO'd Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah. He's quite good.
Yeah.
He's quite good. The things with Jose Aldo, I don't know. Jose Aldo's skill set looks relatively basic now.
Yeah, this guy doesn't kick anymore. That's my problem with him. The kick's gone, the low leg kick.
Yeah,
He just chop at people's legs. He's just stopped for some reason.
Probably scared of breaking Shinbo.
Yeah, maybe he's got an injury or something.
But yeah, Aldo's game now is primarily a pretty basic 1-2 and a left body shot. That's basically his game, and he does it well. It's just not very sophisticated compared to other fighters are doing.
Yeah, Song Yadong against Casey Kenny. I don't know too much. I don't know too much about these two.
Me neither. No idea.
Prelims, we've got Fiziev for that fight. Vince Morales against Draco Rodriguez. Don't know too much about them. Alonzo Menifield against Ed Herman.
Alonzo Menifield.
I think
Ed Herman's
Menifield's very explosive. Sorry?
Yeah, Ed Herman's there to be beaten.
Yeah. And Menifield's very explosive. And who's in the early prelims? Cape against Osborne.
Oh, Cape. So Cape was the former ONE champion. Was it ONE? Yeah, the Portuguese guy, right?
Is this guy out of AKA? I think I've seen a video of him and Khabib together.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right.
But yeah, I think he had his debut some months ago in the UFC. I can't remember if he won or lost.
This is flyweight, so anything can happen. It'll probably be a decision to someone.
Yeah, it looked like Cape was the better striker, the better overall fighter in that fight. But he just didn't really do enough. Just kind of coasted.
So he was the one flyweight champion?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know who this other guy is, Ode Osborne. Miles Johns, Anderson Dos Santos. Don't know these two.
Is Miles Johns the English guy? Or he's Welsh or something?
Is he?
Let me look up this guy, Miles Johns.
Nah, he's American.
Is he? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who's he fighting?
Anderson Dos Santos.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, we may have to do a bit of research tonight and tomorrow and maybe put something on the Instagram handle up. The Instagram handle is grapplefk_media, everyone. Please do follow. But yeah, that's it really.
Sick.
It's not an amazing card.
It's not. I mean, the Green Fiziev fight is good. The Luque
Chiesa fight will be good. Gan Lewis will be interesting.
Yeah, it's not a bad card.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's
normally these sleeper cards produce like loads of KOs and shit.
Yeah. Last week's card was shit. I didn't even watch that. I completely forgot about it.
What was last week's card? I can't remember now.
Hall versus
Strickland. Yeah. And I think they want Strickland to fight Conceive, Believe, Achieve. What's his name?
Rockhold.
Yeah.
Conceive, Believe, Achieve. Yeah. He's done. He's completely done.
Dude, one left hook to that guy's chin.
Yeah.
Anyone with like decent power, he's fucked.
He is huge though. Rockhold is enormous.
He's huge, and he's very. He is actually very good. It's just his chin's gone. His
Yeah, I
chin's
mean,
gone, and he's very arrogant. He doesn't cover up.
exactly.
He's
Yeah,
very arrogant. Really, really arrogant guy.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it for this COD.
Yep.
So let's wrap it up. Thank you for watching, everyone. Please do follow. Please subscribe. Leave any comments. Just to reiterate, the fight that we did do an overall analysis on is Fiziev v Bobby Green. We've both got Fiziev by unanimous decision, and he's a minus 300 favorite. So we're going to put him in the safe parlay. So thanks, and stay tuned for more fight videos. Take care. Bye.